Guys, remember in that story that we just read in the book by Julia Cook, It's Not My Fault? Remember that main character, his name was Noodle. And Noodle made some of those mistakes, right? And was he taking responsibility for the mistakes that he made? No, not at all. He came up with these problems, like when he didn't have the library book that was overdue, or when he didn't have his homework, or when he hit his friend when he was running down the hallway and jumping. And instead of saying, oh, I made a mistake, I'm sorry, he blamed other people, right? How does that make others feel when we're blaming other people for mistakes that we made ourselves? If we look here, how does that media specialist look when he's blaming his mom for not having his library book? She looks frustrated, right? She's not happy, and she won't let him get that book he wants because he doesn't have his old book ready to return. How about in gym class? When he said he got so mad that he used his hands on another kid. His name was Ross Gray. Is Ross Gray going to want to be Noodle's friend anymore if he's going to get hit? I don't think so. That's not a good way to make friends and keep friends with people. What about his teacher? How does his teacher feel? Yeah, he is frustrated and maybe a little disappointed in Noodle, right? He says, you have to take ownership. You have to take responsibility for your mistakes. And then what about Mom? Oh, well, this is Mom afterwards. Let's see if we can find Mom before. There she is. Yeah. When she gave him the unibrow, that was disappointed, right? That is a very disappointed mama right there. She was disappointed that he got into trouble and he didn't even try and learn from his mistakes or fix his mistakes. He just blamed other people. That's not how we handle those mistakes, you guys. But instead, his mom came along and his mom said, listen, I can't solve your problems for you. You have to be your own problem solver. And it's okay for us to make mistakes like that because, do you remember? Why is it okay for us to make mistakes like that? Because that's how we learn. Yeah, that's how we learn, you guys. So when we make a mistake, like when Noodle was running down the hallway and he couldn't control his legs and he just had to jump up and touch the light and then he hit his friend, he made a mistake. So what can he learn from that? What's the lesson? See if you guys can answer that on this page. I'm going to ask you another one. When he's getting in trouble at school for talking to his friend. If he keeps talking to his friend over and over again, he's going to keep getting in trouble, right? So what can he learn from that situation? From getting into trouble that one time, his teacher will forgive him if he can learn the lesson and change it for next time. What's the lesson, you guys? Think about it. Do you remember at the end? Did he learn his lesson? They had a party for him, so I think he did, right? What was the lesson there, you guys? What did he learn? He was just about to say that he didn't have his homework because, and he almost made a mistake, and he almost blamed somebody else. But instead, what did he say? He said he didn't have the book he needed, but he does now, so he's going to do it tonight. And then he'll turn it in the next day. He learned his lesson, right? He owned up to it. And did it work? Yes, because his teacher was going to let him have an extra day to finish his assignment because he was honest. And he didn't make excuses and he didn't blame anybody else. He said it was my fault because I didn't have the book I needed. But now I do. Can I turn it in a day late? And she said, absolutely you can. So that worked out for him, right, guys? It sure did. All right, answer those questions next to me, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.